Hello guys, welcome back to Ravers, Mead, welcome back to another video. So, if any of you follow us on Instagram, which by the way, if you don't, you should. There's a link in the description down below for you guys to go check that out. I post lots of pictures actually. There's usually to be honest, I'm not great at putting the full story of everything that goes on down here on all platforms, so there's kind of bits of info on Instagram that I probably forget to share on YouTube and vice versa, so yeah, you should go check that out and keep up with stuff in between videos. That was a shameless plug though, wasn't it? Sorry about that, it's so cringy. But yeah, if you follow us on Instagram, you will already know that we didn't actually make it to our dressage competition last weekend because Mr. Woodster came out of his stable very, very lame on Sunday morning. That is the lamest I think I've ever seen him. I think that's probably the lamest horse we've ever had on this yard. Possibly with the exception of the time that Blue had really, really bad stifle lock. That was quite scary. He basically had a time limit on how long we had to fix that before it was going to be game over and he'd have to be put to sleep. So that was a bit sketchy, that one. But other than that, I think this is the lamest horse we've ever had on this yard. And I think I have a little bit of footage of when he came out of the stable that morning actually, which I'll put in for you guys. But yeah, it was a bit pants. I wasn't expecting him to walk out of his stable like that. The competition curse well and truly blindsided me there. I mean, honestly, does anybody else feel like they're a bit cursed when it comes to competing? Because I think, so many times when I think back to competition dates we've had, just weird, unforeseen, irritating stuff just seems to happen that likes to get in the way of us going out and doing fun things. Which is a bit frustrating, but hey-ho. I was actually kind of vlogging that morning when I discovered he was in fact lame. But I have discarded that vlog. I didn't even finish it because at the point I got him out of his stable and realised he was lame, I was a bit bummed, understandably. And then, I'm not going to lie, my mood did take quite a bad U-turn into the land of basically cursing myself for being an irresponsible horse owner, for breaking my horse, and all the kinds of things that go through your head when you end up with a poorly animal. Yeah, my head was not in a good space, but energy was not great, so I just kind of stopped and got rid of all that footage because it was rather cringy. But I'm much happier now. To be honest with you, actually, I don't think that my hormones played a great part in my my response to his lameness issue. I don't think I was having a good day that day anyway, and that just kind of pushed me over the edge. So, good times. Yeah, we didn't get to the competition. It's about a week later now, so it's the following weekend. Not quite a week later, but just about a week later. Still not entirely sure what exactly happened to him, to be honest. I mean, I took him out and rode him the day before, so that was the last vlog you guys saw. Took him up the hill, we did, nothing we wouldn't normally do with him. He was a little bit fruity, but no more than normal winter woody. We did some trot work, we did some canter work, had a little gallop. And he was absolutely sound as anything. He was absolutely fine. Nothing happened to my memory that kind of sticks out and makes me think, oh yeah, that's the point at which he hurt himself. There was just nothing. When Nelly went lame, funnily enough, about this time last year as well, as soon as she turned up lame, I was like, oh yeah, I know exactly what happened. It was when we fell in that horrible boggy patch coming back from the field, coming back across the field from our show at Tumpy. So in my head, I was like, yeah, that's what happened. I know exactly when it happened. It kind of makes sense. But this with Woody just does not make sense to me. I cannot figure out what the hell has happened. Our farrier thinks that he's maybe twisted or strained something. There's nothing obviously wrong with his leg. He's got no lumps, no bumps, no cuts, no heat, no major swelling. He's got a tiny bit of swelling in his fetlock, very, very tiny. I hadn't actually picked up on it until my farrier had a really, really good grope and sort of said, yeah, I think there is a tiny bit. It's hard to tell on him because of his feathers, so that hasn't made it easy. But there's nothing obviously wrong with him, which is, I mean, it's probably a good thing because, you know, there's nothing obviously wrong with him, but at the same time it's frustrating because it's like, well, clearly there's something wrong with him. What the hell is it? Yeah, he's off work now. He did actually have his shoes put back on. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to stand for the farrier on 3 legs, but he took like a champ. He's doing a lot better now. He's walking a lot better. He's actually out in the field, as you guys just saw. Happy ponies. Oh, Tia, no, that's gross. Tia, leave it. That's disgusting. Dirty pup. No, I don't want kisses from you. No, no chance. Ew, go away. Dirty animal. No, and you're eating it as well. The pair of you can sod off. I do not want horse poo kisses. Dirty animals. Yeah, he's out in the field. He's quite happy today. He's actually very, very comfortable today. He just started a fresh batch of painkillers, and I think they're a bit stronger than the older ones we were using. It's like painkiller anti-inflammatory combo. And he's really comfortable on it today. He's walking a lot better. He could hardly walk for about the first 2 days when it happened, so I just kept him in the yard with his stable door open. And he was just shuffling around, bless him. Like, his leg would wobble whenever he put weight on it, and he couldn't back up, couldn't really turn. He was really struggling, but he has improved massively over the last week, which makes me very, very happy. I'm taking that as a really good sign. But still kind of a mystery as to what's going on. I mean, our plan for the time being is to just keep an eye on him. He's not working, he's not doing anything. Keep going with the anti-inflammatories and pain relief for him, and just sort of rest him up and see how he goes. I mean, obviously he's not on box rest or anything like that. I am monitoring his activity quite closely. He did have a bit of a buck and a fart when I put him out a minute ago, which is the first time he's done anything like that since he came out lame, interestingly. So yesterday, when I got them in, I let them out for about an hour in the evening yesterday. Nelly and Stumpy all galloped in, like they always do every night for tea. Woodster, bless him, he went to join in, and you could clearly see he was uncomfortable, and the cogs were turning in his little head. And he changed his mind. He did about a stride and a half of trot, realised it was uncomfortable, and changed his mind. And he just walked in, like, really calmly. I was really impressed with him, actually. I think he's self-managing very, very well. Unlike some horses that I've encountered in the past who are complete Fruit Loop cockwombles when it comes to dealing with lameness and will just hare around regardless of the fact that their leg's hanging off. So I'm really impressed with him. He's been coping very, very well with it. It's just a bit of a bummer, really. I've never really had to deal with a lame Woodster. It kind of sucks. Yeah, definitely no competing for him anytime soon. I'm not even going to try and book him in for dressage for next month. I feel like I'm over that for the time being. We have got a couple of shows coming up with Blue very soon. He's got 2 showing shows in hand this month, which reminds me he really does need his haircut. It's one of those things that I keep putting off and putting off and putting off, and now he's got a show like next weekend, and I have to clip him. I have to do it now because it's next weekend and I'm not going to get another chance. Hello, Stumpy. Yeah, so that's you guys basically caught up. I think I'm gonna go and get the stables done. I should probably get my stables done, to be fair. I just kind of turned them out and came out and sat with them because it's cold out, but it's quite nice out here. And I mean, look at my view. Who wouldn't want to just sit here and chill for 20 minutes, right? It's really nice. But I've been here for probably a good half an hour already, so I do need to go get stuff done. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. And yeah, keep your fingers crossed that Woodster's okay for me.